In my work, people always want to know what exactly makes their sport so special and unique. And when it comes to ice hockey, I've often been asked, Eric, what do you really think sets ice hockey apart? Willpower is huge in every sport, but especially in ice hockey, it's key to reaching the top. I believe willpower is one of the strongest concepts when we talk about mentality or people's mindset. Over the years, I've worked in this field, gaining valuable experience and insights that have shaped my understanding. I've found willpower has 4 key elements. There are 4 basic building blocks. The first fundamental element of willpower, it's about being able to make decisions, especially in ice hockey. It's crucial not just to make decisions, but to make quick decisions. Ice hockey is a fast-paced game where you have to react swiftly to what's happening around you. So you have to be really quick to decide, should I go right or should I go left? Maybe should I shoot the puck there, or maybe I should shoot it over there instead? These things are absolutely fundamental in the game. The ability to make game decisions quickly and accurately is absolutely essential, especially in ice hockey where every second counts. Then there's another element, perseverance. It means sticking to the decision you've made. If you want to play a certain way, or if the team has agreed on a style, you stay with the team, keep going, keep at it, and don't give up. Ice hockey is a game where your mind can switch on and off really fast, almost like a switch in your brain. You have those shifts, about 2 minutes on the ice, then 4 or 6 minutes of rest. While one line works hard, the others rest. So you need to be able to turn on and off quickly and stick to your chosen style or decision consistently throughout the game. And then there's the third part. It's that you can also take on the challenge. In every sport, there's a struggle, some resistance. Sometimes things go well, sometimes they don't. Sometimes everything's rolling your way, other times it's not. Sometimes you face opponents who get under your skin in every possible way. And that's when you need to be tough, to have that inner strength to keep going no matter how hard it hits, no matter how many times you get knocked down. You have to keep stepping into tackles, keep running, even when your legs are burning, you keep running. No matter how much resistance you face, or if you're behind in a game, if you didn't quite get the puck from the opponent on defense or didn't catch it on offense, you keep going, hold firm, and face it with your head held high, always believing in yourself. And then there's the fourth element, joy. The joy of playing, the joy of having the chance, being in the game with your teammates on the team, to have the chance to bring out the best in yourself. So for me, the 4 core elements of willpower are the ability to make decisions first, to stick to those decisions, to face the resistance or the challenge that comes, and to perform your task. And the 4th element, to find joy in it. When we talk about willpower, it's important to work on the 4 core elements. From the moment you're a young ice hockey player, even at the kids level, developing these 4 mental elements is absolutely crucial for building strong mental resilience and overall performance. This means the coach shouldn't make all the decisions alone. It also means parents of hockey kids or those who want to be hockey players need to actively train them to make decisions on their own. And kids don't learn to make decisions if all the adults keep making those decisions for them instead. So when we talk about training willpower or building mental toughness to reach the top in hockey or any sport,
It's crucial from a young age, even in youth leagues, to challenge players to make their own decisions, because when you're on the ice, you really need to develop that confidence and independence. Kids must be given room to experiment and learn from mistakes, which strengthens their mental resilience and prepares them for the fast-paced nature of the game ahead.
You have just a split second to decide what you honestly think is best for you. It has to be lightning fast, sometimes almost reflexive. When should I shoot the puck? When should I pass to the right? When to pass left? When to go around? When to cut inside? All these decisions during a game, you need to learn and make from a very young age. And when learning to make decisions, one of the key points is that there are no right decisions. There are decisions, but no right decisions, because what's right in one game might be wrong in the next, especially under different circumstances and changing conditions. What matters is the ability to make decisions. It's not about whether they're right or wrong. There's another way to look at it. Many say, I didn't make the right choice, and then feel terrible, upset because they think they failed by not choosing right, which isn't entirely true. And you must always remember that you only learn from bad decisions. You don't learn from the right ones. When you make the right decision, you've basically just done what you were supposed to do. But when you make the wrong decision, you learn from having made that mistake. So really, you should embrace it. It's like becoming a wise old man. A wise old man doesn't get wise by reading books. He learns by making lots of mistakes, thinking wrong, and doing many different wrong things in life. When you look at decision making, it's really about the ability to decide instead of just repeating the same thing, because I can't decide. Say I'm a hockey forward, but I can't shoot. I pass in front of the goal instead of shooting because I'm scared to make the mistake, feeling hesitant and unsure in the moment. I worry about the consequences if I choose wrong or lose the puck, so I avoid taking that risk on the ice during critical plays. So I don't make the decision because fear holds me back. It stops me from acting confidently and taking necessary risks. That's why it's so extremely important to train your brain thoroughly, so when the chance comes,
I make the call to do something.
You can't be worried about having to do something perfect, like scoring,
because you can't decide that.
In those split-second moments, an opponent might have moved the goal, so even if you hit it, it won't count. All that stuff is quite familiar in hockey and happens often in fast-paced situations. So you can't count on that. The only thing you can count on is how you react when you're in the moment, needing to make a quick decision, and that's urgent. It's a training thing. Just like you train any other skill, you also train the skill of making decisions, whether things go well or badly. It's important for moving forward in life and in the game that I'm able to make decisions. Once you've made a decision, it's also very important to stick firmly to it without wavering. For example, if you decide that you want to get physically stronger through consistent, regular training, then it's important to keep up the training that's needed
so that you can get physically stronger.
You can't get physically stronger without hitting the gym. And when you go to the gym and train your muscles correctly to get stronger, you do get physically stronger. It's the same with mental strength. You can train yourself to be mentally stronger and more persistent over time. You can give yourself a little task now, a fun little task I've given to many athletes and hockey players before. I take about 100 meters of thin fishing line and then I tangle it all up completely and densely, making it really challenging. When it's totally tangled, I give you this little spool to wind it back onto, and then I say, now you can start winding.
It takes persistence, no real physical effort, and hardly any decision making because the spool and task are right there. You just need persistence. And persistence means sitting there untangling that damn fishing line, no matter how frustrating or tedious it gets, staying focused on the task at hand, which builds mental toughness and patience throughout the process. You keep untangling and untangling, going round and round. When you do this exercise, you're actually doing something that seems pointless, yet you keep doing it consistently without giving up at any moment. And there you train yourself to stick with it, even when you've lost sight of the goal, even when the idea behind it fades a bit, you keep going and going and going. You build this deep inner strength to finish what you start completely and fully, no matter the obstacles you face along the way. For example, if you decide I'm going to shoot on goal or I'm going to go out and make a big hit on the ice, whatever you choose to do in the game, you commit to that decision, you stick with it and keep repeating it. Even if you fail, you try it again. That's perseverance. In a way, it's like climbing a mountain without even knowing what's at the top. And that's what you have to hold on to when you work on perseverance. Perseverance means sticking to your daily training, attending schoolwork and handling all your tasks consistently. You do things exactly the way you decided and keep going, even when it's really tough or you don't see immediate results. Another part of perseverance is that if you don't follow through on your decisions, you lose your self-confidence because you can't trust yourself. So you lose a big chunk of self-confidence if you plan to do something but don't even try. You simply can't lie to your own brain ever. You can lie to me, your mom, your dad, your sister, your brother, your teammate, your coach, all of them. You can fool anyone else, but your own brain always knows when you're full of it, without any doubt or mistake. So when you tell yourself you're going to run 10 kilometers tomorrow and then it rains, you say, it's raining today, so I won't do it. Your brain knows that. It's recorded. You might give me or your coach some lame excuse, but your brain doesn't buy it at all. Every time you say or think you'll do something and then don't, it's noted deep inside your mind. Now I'm going all out, playing flat out, giving it everything I have without holding back. But then you don't. Then your brain has logged it. Willpower. It also means doing the things you tell yourself you'll do consistently. You tell yourself you'll do, because that's the only way you build confidence. And confidence is key when you hit the ice. And most players and competitors know this. They fully get that it's important. I've experienced being able to do what I clearly know I'm meant to do when you do these things effectively. Once you've made your decisions and stay persistent, your legs might hurt quite a bit. When you start training your body after taking it easy post-season, it's inevitable that it's going to hurt. Your body, muscles, and everything can ache significantly. You've got to embrace that effort. That's the whole point here. Playing at the highest level, regardless of the league, always demands that you continuously push yourself beyond comfort. You need to work out there on that pain threshold where it actually hurts. And even though it hurts, you keep going and going and going.
Effort, the ability to push through it, that can also be trained.
It's about doing things. Often when I've worked with coaches and trainers, I've asked them when was the last time they sent their athlete or hockey player to run. So far, they actually threw up. Because only when they throw up do they truly know their mental limit. They might be able to keep running with some guts and grit, but once they throw up, they've hit their mental limit. At that point, their body basically takes over and defeats their mind. That's why it's crucial to know your own limits, to realize you can keep running even when your legs are burning or your shoulder hurts from the last hit. It's a point where physical struggle meets mental endurance, and understanding this boundary helps athletes push beyond what they thought possible, tapping into a deeper reserve of strength and willpower.
So it's really important you can do that.
And you're able to rise above that situation, and that can be trained. It's about feeling yourself deeply. The body can be trained carefully to tune out the pain it feels during intense moments. Ancient Buddhists trained their bodies by hitting various spots to condition their pain tolerance, understanding deeply that pain is relative because it's processed in the brain, not the knee when you hit it. The knee just sends a signal to the brain that says this hurts badly. So, working on your mental pain threshold, developing this inner strength and resilience is absolutely key for enduring challenges and pushing through physical limits.
To be in a sport like ice hockey.
For me, ice hockey is really special because it's fast and physical. It's a mix of a team sport and a combat sport.
So you have to train the same mental skills as in combat sports. You must build the willpower to stay in it, no matter what other people think or feel about you, because in the end it matters most to you personally, and that personal commitment is what drives the true strength within. The ability to handle pain and setbacks can be trained, but only through experiencing real pain and struggle. So when you're at the gym, practice, or on the ice, push yourself to the limit. Really test your endurance and mental toughness. That's how you stretch your boundaries for what you can handle next time, gradually building resilience and learning from each challenge encountered. Mental toughness develops just like muscle strength by constantly pushing your limits. It's about expanding what you can endure, whether it's noise, distractions, or stress. It's a gradual process requiring daily effort and persistence, building resilience step by step. This is key for top athletes, especially in ice hockey, which demands all those elements combined in high-pressure situations. Many say you can use anger to fuel your game, and that's true in hockey, but the real problem arises when you get overheated, losing control and turning a hockey game into a fight. That's when you lose your mental grip. Still, Eric, anger can also be a driving force. It can push you forward, sharpen your focus, and increase your intensity if you manage it well. The key is to channel it properly, keeping a balance between passion and control. And when I'm angry, it really fires me up. I'm ready to fight, like now they're gonna get it. I've heard this so many times. I've traveled all over the country and the world with sports teams, and I've seen players psych themselves up to go beat the other team because they're the worst out there or whatever. They try to talk themselves up like that, getting themselves really pumped for the game. But that's only up until the moment you're on the battlefield in the competition. Then it's not about what you think, but about what actually happens. It depends on how your opponents handle you just as much as how you handle them. So if you hold on to your joy for the game, the joy of being together, the joy of having the chance, the joy of your physical ability, and the talent to play at the top level, the bottom, or wherever you are, remember, this gives you strength and focus.
Wherever you are, if you keep that joy, then joy is the best fuel you can have.
Can you die from it? Many have died in battle from anger, but very few have died from joy. So joy is a crucial part of playing your sport, especially a sport like ice hockey.
Ice hockey is an amazing game that demands not only physical strength, but also mental joy and enthusiasm to truly excel and enjoy every moment on the ice.
I've loved being around ice hockey players. I've been deeply involved in ice hockey for 10 to 12 years. Of course, I've worked with many others alongside that, but mostly at the club level for over a decade.
So I know the game well and understand the mentality. It's absolutely crucial to know that the foundation for all our kids and young players who want to play ice hockey is having a strong, unwavering willpower. They truly need the will to go out there and give their absolute best.
To push themselves half to death and go out and fight half to death for a game and so on.
That's incredibly important.
And my saying, which I came up with many years ago, applies not only to ice hockey, but especially to it. I'd like to finish with it because it's so important for you. It goes, willpower starts where desire ends. Remember, willpower starts where desire ends. If you found this interesting, please follow our channel. We truly appreciate your support and want to keep bringing you valuable content. If you have questions, we'll gather them all up carefully and eventually produce 1 or 2 episodes answering them thoughtfully. We look forward to seeing you again on our little channel where we share insights like these regularly.